Hey, nice to meet you.
The fire alarm went off in the office building that I was in, and I was asking by the elevator went off, if anybody left, and my phone was upstairs.
Okay.
The fire department just let us back in.
Okay.
Apparently, what they're saying is, which I didn't know, which they didn't tell us till now, somebody decided to smoke in the bathroom and set off the smoke detector. So we didn't know that. The alarm just went off, and everybody had to evacuate the building with the strobe lights and the alarm going off. And they told me the reason why people smoke in bathrooms is because they don't have cameras in the bathroom. So they don't smoke in the hallway. They go into the bathroom and smoke and set off the alarm.
So that's a start to your morning.
What time zone are you in?
I'm in Central.
Yeah, well, my office wrote on my calendar 10 a.m. Pacific.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
The Pacific is 1 o'clock here, just so you know.
Okay. Yeah, it must have been some miscommunication. I mentioned I'm in Kansas, but it must have just got miscommunicated. Sorry about that. Your secretary had said 10 o'clock my time, and so I think she must have just thought I was in Pacific or something. No big deal.
Yeah, that's right. I happened to go upstairs, get my phone, see you called, and I called you back, and I'll let her know that 10 a.m. Kansas is not Pacific.
Sure. Okay.
But you know what? She was speaking with a lot of people in Oakland and San Francisco, so she might have thought you were one of the ones also from the West Coast.
Sure. Yeah, it's no big deal.
All right, so how can I help you?
So I just have a couple of questions, really. And I just want to run some background things by you to make sure I have my background right. So you kind of started your journey, if you will, of going to games in 2012. Is that correct?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
I started going to stuff in 1997.
Okay.
I started bringing people with me in 97. So what happened in 2012 was like the perfect storm.
Okay.
3 things happened. One, the Marlins changed their colors from teal to orange.
Mm-hmm.
2, I went to a Marlins game. They got moved to 4 o'clock. After the game was over, I went to the Heat game, and everybody had a white shirt on their chair because I got there late. The Heat game, I was the only one wearing orange in the whole arena.
Okay.
Everybody was wearing white. Heat were losing to Indiana Pacers by like 14 points.
Mm-hmm.
And they came back to 1. And people said that jersey's lucky, you should wear it. I wore it for 2 more games and they won. And for game 3, the girl I was dating said, I'm not going with you with that ugly thing. Put on a Dwayne Wade jersey. I wore the Dwayne Wade jersey and he lost.
Okay.
Everybody was freaking mad at me. So I put back on the orange jersey and they went all the way through and they won the championship against OKC.
Okay. Yep.
So that's what started it. And then that year in 12, I went to San Francisco for the Cardinals and the Giants series. They won, and then I stayed in San Francisco, and then that's what started it when the Golden Gate Park Rangers named me the Marlins Man, which I had never been named, after the Giants won the World Series against the Tigers.
Okay.
So in 2012, I accidentally got discovered, but I wouldn't do any interviews.
Sure.
I didn't care about it.
Sure.
And in 2013, I went to 18 NBA playoff games in 20 days. Every morning I got up and I flew to a new city, Houston, to Miami, to LA, Indianapolis for the Pacers, back over to Golden State and Oakland, back down to San Antonio. Every single day I got up and I went to a new city, and I actually liked it a lot. And that was in 13. And then in 14, what happened there was the Royals played the Orioles in the American League Championship Series, and I went to Baltimore, and I wore orange. Nobody bothered me. Then I go to Kansas City when they're playing the Orioles, and nobody bothered me because there was a lot of Orioles fans in orange, too.
Sure.
After the Royals won, I decided to stay in Kansas City. And then when I went to the World Series game against the Giants, nobody showed up in orange. It was only me. I didn't plan that. I wasn't working in churches at Marlins Man on at the time. And then the Royals asked me to change clothes or move, and I said no. Then they denied ever speaking to me, and people sent me pictures of them talking to me. When the Royals got caught, then they put out that I said I hated the Marlins. I just wanted to get discovered, and then I went in war with the Royals. And then now they love me. Back then they hated me.
Sure. Did you ever envision, it when you started out, it getting to be something this big where you're constantly interacting with teams, constantly interacting with fans? Did you ever imagine it kind of getting this large of a deal?
No, and every day it gets bigger. I mean, big stuff hasn't even happened yet.
Sure.
I'll have outstanding waiting to meet with me. ESPN, the magazine, the Sporting News. Hold on a second. The Kansas University basketball team wants me there when they play Kentucky January 30th. The Milwaukee Bucks want me sitting on the floor next to them. The Brooklyn Nets want me sitting on the floor next to the team. When I'm not playing the Heat, that way I'll root for their team. The president of the Oakland Raiders came to me at the Thursday night football game. They gave me a game-used football and a personal business card with a cell phone. Anytime you want to see back, you're welcome. You're the best thing that ever happened to sports. The Chiefs want me to talk to the players. I have numerous teams that want me to throw out the first pitch on a Marlins Man day at the park.
Okay.
As long as they're not playing Marlins. I have Manhattan College bringing me to New York for the ESPN game in February. I've been invited by Louisville. DirecTV wants me to ride in the blimp. And they joked around and said, maybe we'll make the Marlins Man. If this keeps getting big, we'll make a Marlins Man on DirecTV and a Marlins Man on cable commercial. CBS News already followed me. ESPN wrote one article about me finally during the World Series.
I saw that.
A million views in 24 hours. One of their most viewed articles of the entire year. Associated Press guy named me a sports star. I want an article about me saying you're a rock star for sports. You're the first sports star fan.
Sure.
Great Magazine just interviewed me for 3 hours Friday. His dietitian wants to follow me with camera crews if I go to spring training. I mean, it doesn't stop. I go on and on and on. I have 4 pages of stuff.
Sure.
And I don't really care about all that. What I'm happiest about right now is how I didn't know I was going to become a role model for kids. I have all these elementary schools that always ask me to come talk to them. And when I go, the kids go crazy, and I teach them that I'm not their hero, I'm not their legend. Their hero and legend is their parents, the military, and the first responders who would take a bullet for them before they really get hurt. And those Kardashians you see on TV, or those rappers you see with the rented models, they don't care about you. So when everybody we go home, I always tell them this. They say, we're going to practice. The person next to you say, I love you, you're my hero, and hug them for 7 seconds. Come home and do that for me. And I get hundreds and hundreds of parents who write to me and say, you changed my kid's life. They want to be a lawyer. They want to do good for people. I teach them what pay it forward means. And they want to be like you. They want to be a self-made person and do good for others. You change people across the country. That's what I like. One person really did make a difference. And it's not going to stop. I had a meeting with the Marlins last week because I ripped into them because the Marlins haven't done anything for me, even told me no when I asked to throw out first pitches. And they have seen me blow up. And I told them that I'm no longer a Florida story. I'm no longer a national story. I have people writing me and my staff every day from Korea, Japan, and Brazil. I've become an international story. And I've had to hire 4 new people full time to do that. And we're working, one of them, the 4th one starts February 1st. And I said, I'm setting it up because it's getting it bigger. And I said, I figured out that I'm not at the end of my 15 minutes of fame. I'm at about 10% level. They go, what do you mean? So there's only a few cities that love me. I've only gotten like San Francisco and Kansas City, and just now, New York and Chicago are getting on board. St. Louis is getting on board. LA is getting on board. They're starting going there. I have pretty much about 25 MLB cities, all the NBA cities, and all the NFL cities. And I wasn't sure if they were lucky or not. I saw what happened when I went to an Oakland Raider game, when I was mobbed. And I sat in the end zone with the black hole people, and literally hundreds of people came down on their photos. Everybody knew who I was.
Sure.
And that's when I realized it. And I've turned down a lot of offers from companies that I don't want to wear, like a StubHub decal on my jersey or a direct TV. I don't want to be like a NASCAR driver. And
Sure.
people like that a lot.
Sure.
And I realized, honestly, that spectator sports, nobody's really got into this yet. Spectator sports is an escape from reality. And that's why it's so huge. And I get it. 2,000 years before Christ, the Romans went to watch the gladiator. And they wondered if the lion would eat the gladiator would kill the lion.
Right.
They didn't think about their problems with life.
Right.
Neither do we. I guarantee everybody who watched the NFL playoff game last night, it was unbelievable between the Arizona Cardinals and the Packers. They weren't thinking about their health problems.
No.
They weren't thinking about if they have money in the bank. They're just watching this game. And spectator sports is an escape from reality that's priceless.
Right.
And that's what I figured out.
Sure.
And then to see Ty, who's a 59-year-old white guy, a self-made man, who's not promoting a product for himself, who's going to the event, they relate to that.
So
they relate to that.
My next question is, so I just want to make sure this is, I read the ESPN article, and this is where I'm getting most of my background from. So you run your own law firm, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so...
And I was at Gulfstream Racetrack yesterday.
Okay.
I am huge in horse racing. I have over 100 horses.
Okay.
And this fame that I got discovered at didn't even faze me. I was huge in the workers' comp industry in Florida. I have 37 employees.
Okay.
I have hundreds of files. I make dozens of laws. I'm huge in workers' comp. I'm huge in Florida State. The side of the stadium has my name as Bill Campbell on the entrance.
Okay.
I was huge there. And I was huge in horse racing, Florida State, and workers' comp. So all of a sudden, getting discovered in sports didn't change me. People love that. Never went to my head. I already was huge in 3 other areas. I just wasn't big in spectator sports.
Sure.
Now it's huge.
Sure.
Now, like the owner of the Preakness owns Gulfstream. He told me yesterday, "You're going back to the Preakness. We'll pay for your room. We'll fly you there. We want you walking around again. We'll give you a golf cart and it's a finish line." I said, "No, not doing that. I'll pay my own way.
Sure.
I'll get my own room. You can give me a golf cart and I'll be at the finish wire. But if I do that, I'm going to tell you, so if I want to say something negative about you, I do. And you need me to say something negative about you because then people know what I'm paying room for.
Sure.
I'm not a hired marketing rep." The guy goes, "I love that."
Right. So do you kind of just briefly take me through your typical day? You fly to a new city. Do you work? You wake up. You work in the morning. You go to a ballpark.
Yeah.
Let's say it's MLB.
Yeah. What I do is I figured out a way. But I could work 7 days a week. And then at night, go to sporting events 7 days a week.
Okay.
Figured out a way. And it's all because of the social media, which is not really it, but the internet. I could never do what I'm doing now if Florida still requires in-person appearances, promotions, and pre-trials. Nowadays, everything has to be on, it's called e-file on the internet. I have to e-file a motion, I have to respond by email, and I have to file pre-trials electronically. You never see the judge anymore except the trial day.
Okay.
In my world, everything changed. So I could be in a hotel room in New York City, or I could be in the business center in a hotel room in New York City or Chicago, log in and work on the internet for 5, 6, or 7 hours, and then that night go out to the sporting event in that city. I could be on an airplane from Miami to LA and do 5 hours of work in the air. And I figured out a way to become a road warrior in the daytime and a sports fan at night.
Sure.
And unfortunately, sometimes when I haven't got all my work done, you see me on my phone, I'm responding to emails or text messages for work throughout the game.
Mhm.
So one of the interesting things about baseball, which was actually discussed yesterday, a guy at the track said, "Why are you always on your phone?" I said, "You never see on my phone a basketball game or football game, only a baseball." You know
Mhm.
why? Why? Baseball is 90% of the time the timeout and 10% of the time action.
Sure.
In baseball, the only time you have action is here's the pitch. And between innings, or when you come into the batter's box, nothing's going on because there's no clock.
Sure.
So in baseball, I pretty much know I got a few seconds once he steps in the box to watch the pitch. And between pitches, I'm looking at my phone.
Sure.
And all the sports have clocks.
Mhm.
So when you see me at a basketball game in the NBA, I sit right behind the benches. They never see me on my phone,
Sure.
except during timeout. Baseball is a timeout 90% of the time, and 10% of the time is action.
Would you say baseball is your favorite spectator sport, or do you not like pick favorites, or you know?
I would have to say baseball is professional. Baseball is first,
Okay.
and the playoff basketball is second. I hate basketball except the last 5 minutes.
Sure.
What happens for the first 90% of the game doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, I'm right there with
All
you.
that matters is the last 5 minutes in basketball. You can be 15 points ahead in the last 5 minutes. And what I don't like about basketball, well, I hate it a lot, is all these intentional fouls that make the last 2 minutes of the game take 30 minutes.
Mhm. Yep.
It slows down the game. But one thing about basketball, which is just why I like baseball better, if you have 2 seconds to go in basketball and you have the ball, you're down by a point, you have one shot to win or lose, right?
Right.
In baseball, if you come up to bat and you're down by a run and it's game 7 and this guy's on second and third with 2 outs, every single pitch is that last shot. You can either have a ball or a
Right.
hit to win the game.
Right.
You can pop out to end the game. Every freaking pitch is that last shot.
Right.
And when you get to the 3-2 count with 2 outs, this happened to the Royals. And they decided not to walk. The guy's on second and third with no outs and decided to pitch to all 3 guys up by a run and an extra inning game. That was insane.
Right.
Every pitch, either Mets win or Royals win. Every single pitch for 14 pitches in a row
Right.
for that effect. That's
Right.
why I like baseball.
Sure. So the question, obviously, right, for the KU student newspaper, University Daily Kansan, obviously a lot of people want to know, will you be cheering for KU when you make it out for KU Kentucky?
Yes,
Okay.
by far. By far. I was screaming when they lost the other day.
Mhm.
And I have the son of my neighbor across the street going to KU.
Okay.
And he is best friends with 2 of the players. He has the players texting me already to go into the locker room, hang out with them, and talk to them. And they've been big Marlins Man fans for 2 years. They've
Okay.
been trying to get me to go since the World Series against the Giants to a KU game.
Sure.
And I finally agreed to go.
Okay. Do you have any, other, you doing any other activities, or is it going to be the typical, fly in,
Oh, no, I
go to
have
the game?
stuff scheduled. I fly into town. I go to 2 elementary schools on Thursday.
Okay.
I go to 2 elementary schools on Friday. I go to the Kansas University Education Department bowling tournament Friday night
Okay.
as their guest, as a celebrity bowler Friday night. Saturday, I'm going to visit KU Hospital in Kansas City.
Mhm.
And I'm also going to the Chiefs facility to visit them because they have a KU Hospital division there. And I'm friends with the executive guys there now. And then Saturday night, I go to the basketball game.
Okay.
Sunday, I go to the Humane Society, the Great Plains Humane Society. And I don't know what I'm doing Sunday night. That's open right now.
Sure. Okay. Well, I just wanted to say thanks again for.
So much that after I saw how they adopted me more than any other city in the country, I told my staff to get me there 1 week a month. So I was there for the World Series in October. I was there in November. I was there in December. In January, I'm there the last week. I'm there every week, every month, 1 week. I'm
Sure.
there November, December, January, February, and March. 5 months in a row, I'm going to Kansas for an entire week. When I went in December, I went to visit the hospital, the more elementary schools, to be on KC Live with Tech Nine, Doc Severinsen from The Tonight Show, and Chris Farley's brother, the comedian, who died, his brother.
Wow.
So I was in a live TV show. When I went in November, it was specifically for school visits only in the Humane Society. When I'm going in January, it's for KU. I can't remember what I'm going for February, but in March, I'm going for the huge fundraiser for the Humane Society at Union Station the first week in March. So what I've decided to do is go to Kansas City 1 week each month in the off season. I totally changed my life.
Okay. Well, that sounds KC is obviously a great area. And I just want to say thank you again for having the interview. I know I'm not one of the bigger national outlets or anything like that, but appreciate it.
I don't care about that. I don't care. I actually, I don't care about that. If somebody's nice and sincere, I'm happy to talk to them and talk about the most important thing to me right now is people are paying it forward to strangers and build this country again, because I felt, although I voted for him, I don't think Obama was a great leader, and I don't remember our country so racially divided since the early 1960s.
Sure.
I don't remember our country being like this. But what spectator sports does is bring people together, every race, religion, and sex.
Sure.
You see black people and Latins hugging and kissing each other. The Royals could never be beat in something they did. They had 800,000 people at a celebration with no crime and no rioting. Other cities can equal that. They can never beat it. And I've been in cities that had rioting in the streets. They burned cars. They attacked police stations in celebration with Detroit win. The Royals were insane. It showed how they're total flat fans.
Sure. All right. Well,
the whole area of Kansas. And I wish they would stop this fighting between saying Kansas City is not in Kansas. Kansas City people need to stop hating Kansas people because you're in Missouri.
Yeah,
you're all in the same team. You're all Americans, and that division needs to stop. It's bullshit.
we definitely support that from the Kansas side for sure.
I know that needs to stop. You're within a half-hour drive of each other, guys. You live across the street. Stop it already.
And people forget.
The Raiders.
Yeah, well, people forget there.
Don't hate Kansas.
People forget there is a Kansas City, Kansas. It's just a split city. Some of it's on the Kansas side, some of it's on the Missouri side. But anyways, thank you again.
You know what happened? What if they build a new stadium for the Chiefs and they put it in Kansas, the state? What's going to happen next?
I have no clue.
You're stop being a Chiefs fan? It's stupid.
Yeah, no, it is. It is for sure. But I gotta get going. I'm gonna have this filed. It should be running in the next couple of weeks. I'll send you the link when it's filed.
I appreciate it very much. Thank you and have a good day.
Yep, thank you. Bye.
Bye.